Okay, story time. Excuse me, I look so freaking haggard. I go to Brazil last year, and a friend of mine from Barcelona, a friend of mine here in Barcelona, knew I was going to Brazil. And he's like, "Is there any way that you could bring back a few things for me? I have some medicine, I have my grandpa's money clip, some shorts, and this shirt." And so I was like, "Yeah, fine." He had what he called a motor boy when I was in Sao Paulo, bring over said items. And so I had them with me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll bring them back to you when I head back to Barcelona and give them to you when I go there." So on my way back to Brazil, I had kind of a very last minute change of plans, change of itinerary, where I stopped in Mexico for a few days because a friend of mine's birthday was over the weekend. He's like, "Oh, come to this place like Zipolite in the south of Spain." And I already knew that this friend was like a party friend more than a solid friend, but now I've just been verified that he's not a friend at all. And I'll tell you what happened. So I have this layover. I go to Zipolite, and I wanted to be there for my friend. And pretty much the second I got there, I was the outsider. He and his friends, I've never felt so not included. He is from Monterrey, Mexico, and all his friends are from Monterrey, Mexico. And what I realized really quickly is every one of the people that my friend invited are all people that he has had sex with. So his intention in even inviting me was most likely to either try and hook up with me or to try and hook up with all his friends and have one of his friends hook up with me. Oh my gosh, I look so crazy bad with these bags under my eyes. So I go to Zipolite. I'm not having a good time because, no one's including me whatsoever. Excuse this whole situation with my water heater going on in the roof of my bathroom. It's fucking apocalyptic. Anyways, I'm in Zipolite, not having a good time, and I end up meeting this guy, Luis, from Venezuela. And Luis is like, and Luis and I meet out at like this drag show, like in person. Excuse me, I just could not handle these bags. We hang out in person, we meet in person. He's a really sweet guy, he's a nice guy, and we end up kind of like the last third of the part that I'm there, we end up like kind of not honeymooning out, but like hanging out and only seeing each other and hooking up and whatever. So I leave. So I have my hotel later than anybody else. I have it until like the Monday, and my friend and all his friends only reserved theirs till Sunday because they were leaving at like 9 p.m. on Sunday night on a flight home, and I wasn't leaving until Monday evening. So I don't know why I did this, but I told my friend, I said, "You and your friends can store your stuff in my room. Like, because I know you won't have a hotel room, and then that way you can enjoy the beach all day." Like, trying to be fucking nice and accommodating, right? To this group of people that could give a flying fuck about me. Like, they were just so rude. So, there was a time, you guys, where one of the nights we drank all day, then I took a nap, then I came downstairs and there was like two of them sitting there eating dinner. And I was like, "Mind if I join you?" And like, "No, please." The "no, please" was the only thing they said to me. They didn't try to talk to me. At all. Not at all. One was telling a story the entire time, and I just didn't comment because I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for them to be like, "Let me tell you what the story is about," or "Let me tell you the parties involved," or whatever. Nope. Like, he just didn't bother. There was just no effort. He didn't care. Like, so anyways, flash forward, it's the last day. They all store their stuff in my room. My room is like a chaotic mess. I'm a chaotic traveler. Like, I often just like strew things around, and that's my bad, and I need to like change that and I'm making an effort. This is a learning lesson, and I'm trying to accept responsibility where I had it, whatever. So I go on so I'm going to jump the timeline and then go back. So I end up going back to, I forget, my layover in Mexico City back to Spain. So I get to Spain, and I hit up my Brazilian friend a few days later, and I'm like, here's your stuff. And I had all the bag of the stuff. And afterwards, he's like, wait, did you see there was like this jersey shirt? And I was like, oh, fuck, that load seemed light. Like, what the fuck? And I go to look through all my stuff. And for some reason, I didn't have access to my luggage for a few days. So I wasn't like totally quite sure if I had his shirt or not. But sure enough, I looked through his stuff, and one of his pieces, the shirt, is missing. So I hit up my friend and I say, hey, I was transporting this shirt. I can't find it. Do you know what the deal is? And my friend jumps into this like spiel about how I'm a messy traveler and it's my fault for being such a chaotic mess and I should really keep my shit together. None of which I disagreed with, at the time. And then I kind of was like, okay, so can you ask around and see if anyone found it and get back to me? So a month goes by after I'm back in Barcelona and I don't hear from my friend. And I message him back and I was like, hey, have you heard anything about the shirt? And he's like, no, like you were supposed to send me a picture. I didn't even ask. And I was just like, you didn't even ask? Like, I messaged you. He is right. I looked back in our thread that it said, like, I was supposed to send him this picture. So finally I send him the picture of my friend wearing this shirt from the past that my friend provided me. And now at this point, I had to admit to my Brazilian friend here in Spain, oh, by the way, I fucking promised you I would get your stuff here, and I've totally fallen flat on that promise because I've lost your fucking shirt. So he sends me a picture. I send that to my friend in Monterrey, and he still doesn't ask the group in the group chat. So finally I go to the group chat and I posted this picture and I was like, hey guys, everyone stayed in my room. Has anyone seen this shirt? Like, whatever. And one of his friends was like, oh, I have it. And I was like, oh, okay. How do you have it? And he's like, oh, I asked around to everyone that day and no one claimed it, so I just took it. And I was like, you didn't ask me, and you stayed in my room. Why didn't you ask me, of all people? And my friend blocks me from the friend group because he could see I was getting heated and basically accusing his friend of stealing my friend's shirt, which he did. Like, I'll flash forward and do spoiler alert, he did. So my mom would always say, it's never the crime, it's always the cover-up. So once I find out who has the shirt, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to keep it as civil as possible, knowing this clown stole it, right? Because I want the end game is to get my friend's shirt back. And I have this, like, I'm an Aries. I'm very loyal. I want to follow through and get my friend's shirt back. So I was like, okay, cool. Can we see about, like, can you see which shipping service and we'll ship it, whatever. So a few days goes, and his friend's name is Jose. I'll keep my friend's name out of it just because he was actually my friend. My friend's treacherous, thieving ass was Jose, just for clarity. So a few days go by. Jose doesn't message me. He doesn't hit me back. And I was like, hey, Jose, I'm just following up. If you see if there's any shipping or which shipping place I should use, and you can just send me a bill. And he's like, oh, well, I checked with a few and I can't find any. And so I was like, okay, let me get on it. And I look for a few. I find UPS, DHL, FedEx, whatever. And so I message him and I was like, hey, I found these 3 things. He waits a few more days. I still don't hear from him. I follow up with, hey, just following up with, like, do you, what's the deal with these shipping services? He responds back, oh, I looked into it. And the thing is like, we'd have to go to the airport to utilize those. Like, no, he didn't even say that, actually. He was like, there is no shipping service from Mexico to Spain. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. So then I went back just to reiterate the 3 companies I just mentioned before, went back to him and I was like, so what's the deal with these? And that's when he was like, oh, we'd have to go to the airport, and it's 40 minutes outside the city. I will give him that. It's 40 minutes out of the city, but it's like there's not Uber courier, there's not Ubers, there's, whatever. And so he was like, if you want, we're coming to Barcelona in April. Ding, ding, ding. You see where this is going? We're coming to Barcelona in April. If you want, we can just bring the shirt then. And I mean, guys, this is like, when was I in like Sao Paulo? This is August of last year, This is fucking August. So by now, it's like end of September, first part of October. And I was just like, I don't want, no, 6 months is fucking unacceptable. Like, this shirt was stolen. I'm paying to have it shipped back. Like, I'm paying for somebody's theft because I feel responsible for my friend. And can I, no, 6 months is not good. And so I hit up my original friend and I was like, look, dude, here's the deal. Jose ganked the shirt. All of a sudden, my friend was like, and he even said this before I forgot to jump it, because remember Luis from Venezuela? Luis has brown skin, and all these queens from Monterrey, they're all very light-skinned Mexicans, right? So even at the time where I was like, oh, I totally forgot this detail. So when I originally group chatted the group asking if anyone knew who had the shirt, I forgot my friend Aziel. I forgot my friend responded back, and he said, oh, I don't have the shirt. We don't have the shirt. Maybe it was the Moreno. Maybe it was the dark skin, the brownie, the fucking Moreno who did it. And I was just like, what? That's why he blocked me from the group chat. I forgot. Because at first I was like, hi, has anyone seen this shirt? I don't know where it is. And my friend actually even said, I saw Luis wearing it. Zipolite is a clothing optional beach in Mexico. We wore Speedos all day. We did not wear some plastic polyester soccer jersey in 105-degree beach weather. And Luis and I never left each other's side. We ate together, we slept together, we fucked, we walked together, we hung out all day, not even for 5 minutes in the day and a half that I hung out with Luis. But I just loved my friend immediately going racist against another Latino because he's more dark-skinned than my friend and throwing him under the bus. And I lashed out. I was like, what are you fucking talking about? No, it was obviously one of you guys picked it up. And that's when Aziel deleted me from the group chat right after the Jose guy admitted, oh, I have it, right? So again, flash forward a month and a half to October. He's offering me to bring it in Barcelona, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to wait that long, right? There's got to be a way. So again, I messaged Aziel, and I was like, so Jose has the shirt, you said that Luis had it, which was fucking racist and shitty, and I forget the situation, but he again tried to throw Luis under the bus as if Luis had it. And I was like, no, your fucking friend has it. I don't care who has it at this juncture. I just want it and I need to get it back, right? So I said to Aziel, it's like, can you get this shirt back from him in the next very soon? I want this remedied, and can you please get it? And I want to get me and my friend's shirt back. And it's really fucked this whole situation and how no one seems to care but me when everyone took advantage of my hospitality and my kindness, right? And another really shitty thing about Zipolite is the hotel my friend chose was very expensive, and it was there were no options. You had to eat and dine there, and it was so fucking expensive. I'd never paid more for anything in Mexico. So a month goes by. Now it's November. I hit up my friend Aziel, and I'm like, hi, so have you gotten this shirt yet? And he's like, oh my God, I've just been working so much, blah, blah, blah. We just haven't connected. And I was like, you know what? This fool, my friend, we're done. I'm just gonna walk away from the situation. And my friend in Barcelona, the Brazilian, has already advised me to do so. Like, he's such a sweetheart. He's like, don't worry about it, forget it. But I found out through ChatGPT, like, it's a super exclusive private club in this little town outside of Sao Paulo. So it's very exclusive and like hard to get. So my friend messages me at Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I'm like, yeah, thumbs up. Like, not really caring because I'm like, you don't give a flying fuck about me. Like, you treated me like shit in Zipolite. You treated the guy I was hanging out with like shit. A piece of my stuff went missing. I got blamed. And again, like, you know, even when I reached out to my friend in October being like, can you get this shirt? That's when my friend launched into a tirade about like how I'm just so chaotic and I'm always losing things and this is all my fault and I never should I need to learn to be different and learn to change. Like, I won't deny that that is true. But how the fuck dare he? So again, that's really when I knew like I was just fucking done with him. That was at the end of October. So then again, Christmas and New Year, he's like, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm like, meh. And I don't really say anything. So then it's like the beginning of April, months and months go by. I've just kind of like let the shirt go. And I just figured after all these months that at some point my friend is going to run into his friend and they'll do the shirt, you know, handoff, right? So at the beginning of April, it was really weird. My friend messages me and he's like, I miss you. Like, I want to come visit you. And I'm like, yeah. Like, you said last year that you were going to come at New Year. And you said the year before you were going to come at New Year's Eve. And I just don't believe you. And frankly, at this point, I don't even want you to come because you've proven you're not really my friend. You know, you let a theft go on. And another thing that I forgot to tell you guys, like the first night that we got there, they were telling this story about how there was a party that one of them had and stuff went missing, like their poppers and some shirts. And I didn't fully understand. I speak Spanish, but like their Monterrey accent is so fast and they use so much slang, whatever. So the only comment that I really had to add to it, and I was like, well, I was an event producer in LA for years, and we'd always hire security to kind of prevent things like theft. And then one of them looks at me and is like, at a private house party, you do that? Ugh. And like rolled his eyes, and that's when I was like, oh, you guys were talking about like a private house party. But like, even in August, in August before the shirt was even stolen, days before it came out that like one of them in their circle was a fucking thief because they had stolen shit from the party and they just dismissed it and act like it was nothing. Honey, you come to my house and you steal from me, we're done, you know? So again, flash forward to April, a few weeks ago. My friend's like, I miss you, I want to come visit you. I'm like, yeah, sure, great, you know, whatever. I've heard this boy crying wolf shit, you know, so much, whatever. And so I was like, yeah, that would be really cool, whatever. And he's like, love you, take extra on you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I just don't even respond. So my birthday is April 16th. I get this message from him. I post to his stories, cute little pictures, and a little montage of us being like, I miss you, and, you know, whatever, and we called each other Hermana, but I just realized through Zipolite that, like, he's just a piece of shit, he's just a party friend, and not a good one, not inclusive, not welcoming, you know, whatever, I don't want to have this dude in my life, so, you know, you can tell me happy birthday all you want, but, like, whatever. So I'm on Instagram this morning, and why am I like doom scrolling? You know, one eye open, all like, still looking this eye bagged, tired and atrocious. I'm beautiful. Anyways, why do I see Jose is finally in Barcelona? Jose's in Barcelona. So I messaged him and I said, hi, Jose, did you bring me my shirt? And I took a screen grab of the photo and I sent it to Aziel. And I was like, did he bring me my shirt, or have you met up with him to get me that shirt of my friend's back? My friend dishes into this whole verbal tirade this morning on WhatsApp. Like, no, you said that you were blah, blah, blah. And the Jose guy came back 3 hours later. It's like, no, you told me that that your friend was going to come get it and that, you know, that he was going to come get it. And so, no, I didn't bring it. And I was like, it didn't occur to you 6 months later, you still have this shirt and he hasn't got back to bring it to me? And my friend dished into another one of his, several long voice note in his thick ass Monterrey accent that I can't even understand half the time, anyways. Again, gaslighting, scapegoating, and fucking blaming me for the whole thing. And that's really when I went on ChatGPT to learn about, like, okay, how do I get this? How do I go? Because I'm done. I'm fucking done. He started it on me again, talking shit about Luis in the first 15 messages. I don't even know why. That's how racist he is. Like, he keeps bringing up Luis as if, like, Luis is the fucking problem just because Luis has dark skin. And I know I'm white and privileged and gringo and blue-eyed as fuck. But it's like, that shit does not fly with me, like, at all. That racist card was enough for me to never be friends with my friend again. But this whole blaming me, gaslighting me, saying that I'm so chaotic, I'm telling him one thing and I'm telling him next, I'm like, no, I want my fucking shirt back. Like, what are you not understanding about that? Like, I want my fucking shirt back. Like, that's it. If you were my friend, you'd fucking make an effort. And that's really what this video cast, whatever, is about. Is I'm really learning in my life to just cut the fucking people out of my life who do not respect me or value me or appreciate the time with me. And after a very shitty time in Zipolite, I get my things stolen, and then my friend's response was so disgusting, trying to put it back on me as if I'm the one who walked out with one of their articles of clothing or one of their things. I just cannot believe it. So I deleted and blocked everybody involved, including my friend, in any way that he could contact me, because I'm just like, you know what, motherfucker, done. You are done. And that's when I went on ChatGPT and I was like, how do I get this shirt? What do I do? And ChatGPT was basically like, girl, that is a motherfucker. And I call ChatGPT babes because I'm scared of, like, the robotic apocalyptic takeover when AI takes over the world in a Terminator-esque, like, end of world fashion. I want to feel like I want to be nice to the AI. so they torture me less or keep me alive longer. So I call ChatGPT babes. I'm like, hey babes, thanks babes, yes, thanks babes. And he's like, hey girl. Anyways, I was like, how do I get this motherfucking jersey? And he was like, like I said, a few minutes ago, it's an exclusive, very hard to get. Reality check says you're not going to be able to fucking get that jersey. Like, you can contact the soccer club, but then arranging to get it is going to be such a nightmare. So then, you know what he said? He was like, why don't you have one made for him? And I thought, he was like, get you a plain white jersey, go to, a seamstress or a tailor shop, give him the picture, and because the amount of money, and show him what you want, and have one designed, have one made, have one created from scratch, and then I can personalize it. So I'm gonna do it. My Brazilian friend, washed his hands of the situation a long time ago and thinks I'm freaking out, but I'm not. Like, he put his trust in me. I fucked up in putting my trust in other people. I fucked up in being such a chaotic traveler that throws my stuff everywhere. I'm, because maybe there is a world where, like, if the shirt was, like, around and somebody accidentally no, actually, no. Now that I'm, like, even saying it aloud, it's like this ivory and green colored jersey, very specific in Portuguese. There's no way anyone could have misconstrued it. See, now I'm gaslighting the situation and changing it. But the moral of the story, kids, is that don't let anybody disrespect you. Don't let anybody be a fucking racist piece of shit. And don't let anybody steal your time in the way that I let this idiot and these idiots steal my time. And honestly, thank God for finding Luis and I hanging out, because I would have had a horrible time in Zipolite had I not hung out and met with. I was having a horrible time, My friend really showed his true colors, that he's not a friend at all. And I'm proud of myself for like deleting and blocking and just walking away from this situation, because I just need to be treated better than that. And I just need my friends and my friends' things to be respected. That's not that much to ask, especially after I open my, home to them. So the full circle moment is, I am going to have like a brand new jersey created, and then that way I can have his name, personalize it, and then it's attached to a story that started shitty, that hopefully turns out well when my friend has a brand new jersey. And I want to put like his last name on the back and like really personalize it and try and get it as close to the one that he had as possible, because I'm just that guy. I want to do that. And I'm going to walk away from this whole experience having learned numerous lessons. And the biggest one of all is honesty and just respect each other. Be honest and respect each other, and walk away from situations that do not serve you or fit you, no matter how hard or lonely you may be as a result of walking away. Walk away from situations and people that don't serve you. And that includes family members and partners as well, but especially friends and those wolves walking around the flock of sheep, dressed as sheep, pretending to be friends, pretending to be sheep. They gotta go. They gotta go. And you gotta respect yourself enough to walk away and know when the timing is to walk away. So that's the lesson. That's what I'm taking from it. And I'll keep you guys posted as to the update on me having a brand new jersey created. But I think I hope it'll be a fun experience that I get to turn this whole situation around with. So, besos, beijos.